So let's go into a practice of noticing what's here right now. And that varies so much from day to day and moment to moment, really. And right now, you might be feeling pretty calm. You've got an easy day going on, that your mind is kind of settled. More likely, it's not completely calm, even if you're having a relatively easy day. But very likely, there's a lot of activation going on too. Whether that's kind of right now in this moment, something you're noticing, or quite often as we tune in, that's when we notice it. Oh, my shoulders are up around my ears, or my forehead is really tight, or my jaw. So, just for a few breaths as you're tuning in, really notice what the feeling is, what the felt sense is in your body. And we know how we feel. One of the ways that we know that is the sense perceptions. There's a physicalness to how our body feels. We can tell if we're standing up, we have a different set of pressure points on the body than if we're sitting down or lying down. If it's cold air, we feel that differently than warm air. So there's sense perceptions that come into this. Hearing, sight, a lot of these are involved in protection. We're keeping ourselves safe through our sense organs, our sense perceptions. So, one of the ways that we can notice our current present moment situation and around safety is to pay attention to our senses. So, if you had your eyes closed, you could even open them if you wanted and just look around. Is there anything in your environment right now that feels like it could be a potential danger? And not potential in the sense of, well, anything's possible, but just potential in the sense of likely. And if you're in public, in a coffee shop or something, then there'll be lots of noise and sounds from people. And we can really trust that even if we have our eyes closed, that our brain will be monitoring the sounds. And if you're in a private home where there's not much for sound, then we can also trust that if there was to be a threatening sound, right away we would know. That's part of the brain that never shuts off. It's always watching out for us. So when we tune into it just right now, tune in and notice what's your experience. Is there anything in your visual field that's likely to hurt you? Is there any sounds that you're hearing that would indicate risk? And then notice what your answer is to that. Almost always the answer will be no. I might feel like I'm in danger right now, or I might feel activated in some way. But when I actually use my senses and look around, there's nothing that feels like an actual threat. So that would be a good thing to bring ourselves into this moment by noticing that. In this moment, no matter how I feel, I can look around and listen. And I don't think there is actually any threat here. I could relax and do this practice. And if that's the case, then notice if your whole body could come to rest. We have this system of the mind, the thoughts in the mind, the breath, the energy in our body, the tightness or relaxation in our body. And any one of those can signal safety, in which case the other ones will start to soften and relax, or danger, in which case everything's going to tighten up. So when we have this habitual sense or something from the past is being triggered, and it alarms the whole system. And then when we really look, okay, I think this is a past thing happening here. It's not the present moment. Then we can actually use our cognitive senses, our conscious mind, to reassure ourselves. And that helps to let our whole system reverse direction. Instead of winding ourselves up and getting more and more fear, we're winding ourselves down. We're down regulating. Like in this moment, I feel scared, but I'm actually okay. I'm not in danger. Or in this moment, I feel just very slightly on edge. There's no reason for that. I could actually let that go too. Whatever your experience is. And we might want to relax that whole shield across our back, neck, shoulders, upper back. We shield ourselves, we brace ourselves for danger by creating this kind of hard shell on our back. Makes it awfully hard for blood to move through and for our body to work properly. We often end up with pain when we do that. And that's a automatic reaction to some kind of threat. And then when we look and see, well, that's an automatic reaction, but there isn't an actual present moment threat, then we could let that soften. Notice your arms and legs. If they're ready to spring into action, to run away or to fight, unless you need to do that physically right now, then it would be okay to let them relax and rest. Notice your breath. As our body starts to relax, it signals our breath that it's okay to breathe deeply. When we're in real danger, we often hold our breath, make ourselves really small and quiet, no movement. And right now, if that's not necessary for our protection, then it would be lovely to relax the belly, to let your breath move more freely. Notice your face, your mouth and jaw. If you're clenching your teeth, why is that happening? That's also a response to some danger or threat. See if you could move your lower jaw around a bit. Let your upper jaw and lower jaw be far enough apart that your teeth aren't touching top to bottom and you're not hurting your teeth. And notice your neck again, your shoulders, down through your chest, your stomach, your arms and legs. So we're really putting our attention, our conscious mind, to work to notice in this moment in time, what do I need to protect myself from? What is my feeling of relative safety or not? And then we really focus in on relaxing the body and letting the breath be smoother. And of course, one of the things we know about this is that our body, our nervous system, is mostly reacting to the past. So, whatever experiences we've had as in our past as children or earlier in our adult life, those have created these habits, this sense of vigilance in the nervous system. Sometimes we'll have these emotional flashbacks, these waves of fear that might not even come with memories or thoughts, but we feel it in the body. And part of these practices is to certainly to downregulate that fear and to calm ourselves, let our body relax. But it's also to get to know ourselves in that way and to practice patience and kindness. So notice right now if there's kindness here for yourself, whatever your experience is. And in particular, if you're suffering, if you're feeling activated or anxious, if that was someone else, someone you love, and they felt the same way you feel right now, how would you feel for them? What might you say to reassure them? Give yourself a moment to really sink into that. And then offer yourself the same patience, compassion, kindness, understanding. You could bring your attention to your heart center if you want, or put a hand on your heart. Feel that warmth. What does it feel like when we offer ourselves our own kind attention, comfort? And it's sad to acknowledge that oftentimes that's not what we do. That's one of the effects of trauma, is that we disconnect from ourselves and we get pretty harsh at times. And so if there's any kind of inner critic going on or judgment or blaming ourselves or core deficiency beliefs that being triggered, what's the matter with me that I can't get rid of this already or whatever it might be. Sometimes it helps to acknowledge that that's how the system works. We're traumatized. It could be neglect, it could be some kind of abuse, and we're afraid our safety and health and happiness is threatened. And then we have a reaction. One of the reactions is that we disconnect, and often that we turn away from ourselves, we turn against ourselves. And notice that. Notice what it feels like to turn towards yourself and really welcome whatever it is that's going on. It's going to be okay. These states of mind, even the intense ones, don't last forever. We have all kinds of tools to work with them. Box breathing and the senses practices and the longer term ones like alternate nostril breathing. We have a lot of ways to heal our nervous system. So there's a lot of hope here, and we experience that in our own direct experience. We know that we can settle after being roused up. that we can heal our nervous system and not be so reactive. We know that because we've experienced it. Notice your breath. See if you could take a few deeper breaths. Let your belly really soften as you breathe out. Deep inhale. Open up your chest, open the lower ribs. Long, slow exhale. And then notice that nothing happened. You didn't attract the attention of a predator by breathing deeply. It was okay. You just got more oxygen in your system. There might have been other reactions too. But in this moment, in your situation where you are right now, it didn't put you in any danger to do that. And if there was any kind of alarm or resistance in your system, then you could see if you could be patient and welcoming with that. That's a trauma response when that happens. And we're settling, we're soothing ourselves, we're letting ourselves know that right now in this moment, our physical body is safe, that there's nobody that's attacking us right now emotionally, verbally, any other way. It's okay to relax and rest for a bit. And if there's any kind of alarm bells going on in your mind and your thoughts, we can keep checking back to see if that's actually realistic. Is that an accurate perception of threat right now? And if not, we could bring in that clarity. We could let ourselves know, reassure ourselves. It's actually okay. There's nothing going on right now. I might be feeling agitated or activated somehow. Maybe that's starting to settle through this practice. Maybe it's not. Sometimes that comes and goes. Generally speaking, though, when we really get accurate in our assessment of what's going on right now, and we allow ourselves to breathe and we relax the different parts of our body, our whole system starts to reflect that. Notice the whole back of your body. Let your shoulders soften, your arms and legs be at rest. Notice the whole front of your body as well. Relax your face, your mouth, your jaw, your neck and shoulders, down into your chest and belly. And notice what is your perception of safety right in this moment. And put your hand on your heart and offer to yourself your own goodwill, your kindness, your attention, your support. Feel that in your body, through your body, in your mind, your breath. Let yourself really feel it. Let yourself absorb your own goodwill, your own protection, your care. And then when you're ready, finish the practice. Open your eyes.